tag team wrestling dreams. In the podcast world, they're the kings and queens. Laughs and stories under the spotlight's gleam. Together they conquer the ultimate team.
What's up, everybody? It's me, your boy, Tantalizing Tony.
And the producer, Kira.
And we are
the Tantalizing
Tag Team
Wrestling Podcast.
Well, this is not a happy Saturday.
Trying to act like they acted on the...
We're doing the Wrestlemania
announcement.
Saudi Arabia announcement. This is our face. This is their faces. Yeah. That about sums it up.
What's up, everybody? Or everyone?
So, okay. Hello, Black Lord and El Presidente on Instagram.
I think we should cancel roll call. Just like never do it again.
Why?
I don't like it.
Okay. Nobody cares. So listen. In case you've been living under a rock, you think people live under rocks, Kira?
Yes, his name is Patrick Starr. He was one of the brightest people on Earth.
Patrick Starr lived under a rock?
Mm-hmm.
What? How's that even possible?
What are you doing, buddy?
There it is.
You couldn't have gotten...
What, a better, graphic?
The background.
Oh,
I hate that.
Oh, well, fix it. Put it
and
in.
You didn't put the overlay on, guys?
Listen, you sitting here watching the show. The overlay's there, isn't it?
Yeah.
In case you guys are living under a rock, Wrestlemania, for the first time in the history of the event, will not be on the North American continent. And not only will it not be on the North American continent, it will be in the Middle East, in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, 2027.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'll get to the chats later, to every comment. But let me ask you first, Kira,
Mm-hmm.
as a woman.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you know about the Saudi Arabia government? Anything?
No.
There it is.
I'm not even gonna try to say my opinion because I know the popular opinion and I know like what the media says, but I really haven't researched what exactly the laws and women's restrictions are in the country. All I really know is that not too long ago they just got the right to drive. So that's all I know.
2018, it was passed by law in 2018 that women were allowed to drive.
So with that information, that's
7 years.
I'll just go ahead and say it's not the best environment for a woman, let alone an American woman, let alone a woman wrestler, let alone a woman of color to be there.
But what's crazy they're people of color, aren't they?
They are. They are.
So look, let's not get into the politics of it because
isn't that what the whole...
Well, here's the thing. What I mean by politics, I mean over the course of years, what they've done in their country and whatever kind of atrocities they've put on other people. Because any government on planet Earth is not perfect. And if you're looking at it from another point of view, from another country, they'll say, or any country can say, well, Americans did this and Americans did this, or Canadians did this, or the British did this. Let's use the 4th of July. Let's use Independence Day. Let's use that example. we America declared independence against the British because they held um, tariffs and other things over their heads, and they felt they could run their country better. So any government is going to have um, problems because man can't really govern itself really. But that being said, Saudi Arabia, the Middle East, with the oil and everything, and with all the things that happen over the course of the years, a lot of people have an opinion. I don't want to get into that. What I want to get into is what would affect me as a WWE fan. So I'm going to go from that aspect. I'm going to try to be neutral about it because I'm pissed. I'm mad. I'll tell you for one reason why I'm really mad. I don't think I think London deserved it first. That's not who is in my place to say who deserves it because I don't run the WWE and I don't run it's not my forte. I'm not a businessman. Well, that's not true. I'm not a businessman in the aspects of that kind of high profile company. And of course, they're going to go where the money is. Every time you go into any city or country, whatever, there's a bid. Like you bid for the Olympics. And of course, they're giving them a lot of money. That's why they changed the venue from New Orleans back to Vegas because it's about money. And as TKO is taking over, it's more about money. Now, in any company, it's always about money because, listen, you got to make money. When we do this podcast, we do this show, we're trying to make money too. So you can't be mad at a company that wants to make the most money. But as a fan, and I'm a long life WWE whatever you want to call it, fan, someone who goes to WrestleMania every year. I religiously go to WrestleMania every year. I don't think they thought about me and the people like me. And that's why I'm really mad as a fan because London is doable. And Saudi Arabia is doable too. But the problem with it is ticket prices are going to be so high. The airfare, I checked the airfare round trip from Philly to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia is $900. Doable. Hotels, you have to give it a few friends, share. Okay. But ticket prices and then not knowing the culture and the customs and so it's a lot. A lot of people are gonna have views on it. I know a lot of content creators are staying neutral about it. They're just like, they're not trying to go over the line. I'm gonna just tell my honest opinion. I don't think they care about the fans anymore. The true fans. I think they care about the corporations more than they care about us. Everything's a corporation. Look, there's corporations that support us, you know, but they support people with more numbers than us, more than us, because it's about numbers. It's about money. It's about generating revenue. So I get it. But I just think it's so much of a disservice to normal fans like me who have worked hard to who've worked very hard to go to their events and spend my money on their events, and now I may be left out in the cold. All right, Kira, I'm sorry. How do you feel?
What I was gonna say like 10 minutes ago is not even relevant anymore because you went to like 100 different topics.
It's relevant if you say it's relevant. I just want to get it out there. Well, because we're gonna get a lot of comments. So, what are we gonna say?
Um, I don't, you know, it's honestly part of me is like we're like a little selfish because like I don't know. Someone said in the chat as I was just scanning, it is called World Wrestling Entertainment, and it would be a little um selfish of us to think that America or North America is the only place where we could have WrestleMania. I would like for it to expand. On the Saudi Arabia part of things, I don't know. It doesn't get the best rap, especially from wrestling fans and wrestlers. We know the women have to wear like full body suits. They don't like to do that because it's 101 degrees there.
101 on a cool day. On a hot day, it's 120.
And we all know when they go to Saudi Arabia, they always like to bring like the big old time names. So the younger talent or like the people that are in the spotlight in America don't really get to be on WrestleMania because Saudi Arabia wants they want I was about to say Hulk Hogan, rest in peace.
But
They want the Undertakers and the Stone Colds and all that jazz. And that'd be fun, of course, but those people are going to take spots away. Like they don't want to see the Undertaker put over a younger talent. They want to see like, I don't know what's the match the Undertaker.
they want to see Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. They want to see Triple H versus Shawn. They want to see Stone Cold versus Goldberg. They want to see the super matchups. They want to see Sting versus the Undertaker.
So
they want to see matches that in 2027, Stone Cold Steve Austin will be 62 years old in 2027. Do we want to see a 62-year-old Stone Cold Steve Austin going against a 65-year-old Undertaker?
So what I'm saying is, yeah, the WrestleMania is going to be like big. It's going to live up to that big spectacle that WrestleMania is always going to be. But as far as like storylines and all that jazz,
continuity,
I don't think it's going to feel the same as a normal WrestleMania. Now, like you said, if it were in London, I'm not even worried about going. I'm worried about the product being affected. So if they were in London, we all know London's a great crowd. We all know Australia is a great crowd. We all know Puerto Rico.
It was America, but it's okay.
We all know what's the other France is a good crowd. So
India's a great crowd as well.
So they're not honestly. I saw like an article where it was like TKO's in debt and they're not going to get out until like the end of 2026 or something like that. So they're going to continue to raise prices and they're going to continue to do all these things to try to make as much money as possible to get out of debt, and then it's going to go like kind of back to normal. But honestly, a part of me doesn't even believe that. WWE already has their big name. They already have the biggest stars. What do they need from us? They have all the money. So, I mean, why would they listen to like the True Blue fans unless, Triple H is like being held at gunpoint right now and being said like, do this or else the company's gone. Like at this point, I don't even know how much control Triple H has anymore.
I don't blame Triple H for any of this. Yeah. So here's the thing. I can tell you this much about Triple H of what I've heard from him and what I know from people that I've spoken to that know him. He's old school. He's about the business. Listen, in any business, you want it to prosper. You want it to go as high as you can. The problem is greed. Someone like us in our demographic, in our tax bracket, will suffer because of this WrestleMania as fans. Now, we can still watch it on TV. I'll use a perfect example. My friend Sam, right? Sam goes, hey, bro, I'll just watch it on TV. But he said he's not going to get ESPN package. He'll watch highlights. He's good with that because he's not going to let anybody take his money. And some people I get it. I am so invested into this thing where like WrestleMania is my vacation. It's part of my life. I have a streak going here. It's better than the Undertaker streak. And my WrestleMania streak, selfishly, might be coming to an end. And it's because if it was in London, I'd have the same issue because it's money. Money's a problem, but I wouldn't feel unsafe. And I think, not to mention, let me ask you a question. If I have the money to go to Saudi Arabia, are you going to go?
No.
Under no circumstances?
If I were going with WWE.
This is a serious conversation.
If I were going with WWE, sure, I'll go. That's serious. I could go with them one day. I will go with them one day. I'll be working there.
Must you bury me at every chance you get? I'm asking.
How is that burying you?
I'm asking you a question. If
you said under any circumstances, I gave you the circumstance in which I would go.
So you would go with WWE, but not your father.
Yes. That's a big company. They have bodyguards and they have specific activities where they're not going to be in danger.
So you trust the WWE to protect you over your father protecting you?
In Saudi Arabia, you're one man. What do you know about Saudi Arabia? What do you know about the culture? What do you know about the streets? What do you know about the places?
I know you're my daughter, and I would lay my life down to protect you. Do you think a WWE official is going to lay their life down to protect you? Is that what you think?
Yeah, they wouldn't be putting me in those situations.
How do you know what kind of situation would occur in Saudi Arabia?
Listen,
and there's my point.
I stick with what I said.
This tag team's about to explode.
He just turns anything into me saying something bad about him. So anything I say, he's not going to be happy. So I don't even care anymore.
No.
Yes.
No. You're saying that if I could afford to take you to Saudi Arabia to WrestleMania, you wouldn't go.
We would be traveling in groups. We would be escorted from place to place. What? You're one man.
So you think
if you say you're going to lay your life down for me, okay, you lay your life down, I'm still there. There's no one else. They could kill me too.
Why are you screaming? I'm
screaming. I don't like that.
So you think that we're getting off? But here's a perfect example. We wouldn't be having this argument if this was going to London. And there's the point I was trying to make.
I think you made that point.
There we go. Who would want to bring their family to Saudi Arabia?
I watched Green Shirt Guy be there. They literally made the thing to match his shirt.
Well, yeah. Listen, if he can afford it. So I'm not mad at Green Shirt Guy.
I am. Let's get into how this all came about. A couple of days ago, Triple H posted on his social medias and said, Friday, there's a huge announcement at 3 p.m. Everybody tuned in at 3 p.m. to see what happened, and we were shown a live stream from I don't know where, but it had multiple superstars.
It was in Vegas.
They had. You want me to show this one?
Yeah, that's fine.
They had Seth Rollins, the world champion, Logan Paul, Stephanie Vaquer, Liv Morgan, who's been out on injury, The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Charlotte Flair, and Bianca Belair. What a weird lineup of people, first of all. Second of all...
Why do you think it's a weird lineup of people?
Well, okay, Seth Rollins is fine. Stephanie Vaquer, first of all, she's just on the scene. I don't even think the Saudis even know who she is. Liv Morgan, she's been out for forever. If you were to have a big superstar name, why not like Rhea Ripley? Rhea probably didn't want to do it, but Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, I understand because they're old. Charlotte Flair, okay, Charlotte and Bianca understand. I just don't get Logan. Well, Logan, Stephanie, and Liv.
Schedule. Maybe they weren't on SmackDown that night.
I mean, you could have just had. You didn't even have to have that whole lineup of people, but whatever. So they're there.
It's to show unity from the company.
So they're there, right? They have this huge announcement. They come out with I don't even know what his title is. What's his title?
He is Turkey Al Sheikh, I believe his name is.
No, what's his title? What is he?
He is his excellency. See, he is basically the director of sports and entertainment. Like he's basically the main guy that brings in all the sports from other countries into Riyadh.
Okay, so this leader over here,
Turkey Al Sheikh.
He comes out and they make the announcement that WrestleMania is going to be in Saudi Arabia, WrestleMania 43. Great. You see all of these faces here. I wish there was, well, you could kind of see, I don't know. There's a way to zoom.
I have a picture. Hold on.
No. There's a way to zoom. I could just do it. I'll show you guys. Just going to do it like a couple people at a time and show you like what I'm talking about, because the people on the interweb pointed this out because I didn't watch. I was at work, so I didn't watch the announcement live. Seth freaking Rollins.
Stoneface.
First of all, world champion. I don't know why he's on the end. He should be
in the middle.
But he's got his title on his shoulder, his shades on, no expression on his face. I don't know why I'm pointing. Like you guys can see what I'm pointing at. Right?
Logan Paul. Put the pointer up.
Okay, Logan Paul. Oh, I'm gonna do the Pat McAfee. Logan Paul. He was stone faced. He also has sunglasses on.
Head down,
eyes closed. Probably he's falling asleep. Stephanie Vaquer looks like she's staring into the eyes of a ghost. Liv Morgan's the only one that kept a
bright smile.
I wouldn't even say bright smile, but she's the only one that looked invested in what was going on there. Okay, and maybe that's like the professionalism in her. I don't know, but or maybe she doesn't really know what's going on. No clue. But she's the only one that wasn't like visibly upset. Okay, Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. Undertaker, I don't think that highly of the man. Even he was like downtrodden. Okay, and we all know Charlotte and Bianca went viral for this. Charlotte and Bianca, when they announced it, everyone was clapping. Everyone was clapping, and they with the stone face. But those two, not a single smirk on the face. They were like disappointed. I don't know, but they were clapping. They put their hands down and immediately like went back to statue. Like it was terrible. And then later on, they asked Bianca to sit up and answer some questions. And they asked her like, "How do you feel that WrestleMania is going to be in Saudi Arabia or something?" And she sounded so sarcastic. And the words she was saying, we all knew that she didn't even believe what she was saying. She was literally just up there to
Toe the line.
like it was terrible. Like she was like,
And
I'm great. And she was talking about how
Natty.
no, how evolved the women in Saudi Arabia, like how evolved women's wrestling has gotten in Saudi Arabia. And everyone was like, what the heck did they pay her to make her say this right now? Like, when people like they emphasize like the consonants in their words, like she was like opportunity, you can tell that she was being as sarcastic as possible. Like it was such a hard watch. I felt so like honestly, I don't feel bad for them because they're rich, but
this is our opinion. I mean, we don't know exactly, but it did not. The optics, everybody talks about optics all the time. Optically, it looked like, sorry to make this analogy, like they were being held hostage.
Mm.
Look, I got an inbox yesterday from somebody saying, "Tony, don't you do stuff for companies that are affiliated with them? You shouldn't say anything."
Mm.
I don't care.
No, I don't think. Okay, people always like make this assumption that whenever we do our reactions or whenever we say something good about WWE, that we're like fiending for a partnership or a deal with them. No, it's just because we like the product. But if there's something that I'll speak for myself. If there's something that I don't like about WWE, and I plan on working in WWE, if there's something I don't like about WWE, I'm not gonna like. First of all, they're not paying me right now. I'm not going to say all the best things in the world about them on camera just for an opportunity. Like, I don't even think they would appreciate that. Like, I don't think the people would appreciate that. Like, people can see right through disingenuousness.
Okay.
Is that a word? It's not, but it is now.
I'll say this, and I'll be very frank with everybody. If WWE was going to ever snatch us up, they would have. We're not on the level to even be taken seriously. That a company like WWE would grab the father-daughter tag team podcast, because if they wanted to, they would. There are much better people out here doing this than us. I'll be the first one to admit it. I think we're unique, but I don't think we'll ever get a job with them. Maybe you, but not us. And I'm good with that. I would love to get free tickets on a regular basis and go to press conferences and go to junkets. It might not be in the cards for me, and if it's not, I'm good with it. But what I won't do is ever, there's things I don't say. I stay away from the Vince stuff. There's stuff I stay away from because I don't want to offend. And don't think I'm offending anybody right now. I'm just speaking my opinion that I think there are more deserving countries than Saudi Arabia to get WrestleMania.
But I also don't think this is going to be the first and last place that they have a WrestleMania outside of North America.
Look, it's World Wrestling Entertainment. This was bound to happen. Okay? It would be selfish to think that after 42 WrestleManias, that, it's going to stay in North America or Canada, whatever the case is. I get it. They got to travel. We get it. But I think that my main issue is this is solely about money.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's only about money. I don't think it's to further the product. I think and this is where TKO comes in, and I don't care. TKO, I don't care what you think about me, because I know I'll never work for you. So I'll say this, and you guys can clip this and send it to him. I think TKO doesn't know what they're doing when it comes to WWE. I think they're lost. I think they want this to be like the UFC, and WWE is not like the UFC. It's two different products. You know, we're not there trying to take somebody's life, take somebody's head off. We're not trying to permanently concuss somebody for the rest of their life. We're trying to entertain kids, sell merchandise where kids can wear bright colors and have fun and go to an event for 3-4 hours and say, that was great. Not go there traumatized because you got the crap kicked out of you, because you got side kicked in the head or kicked in the face and now your nose is broken. WWE injuries happen, but they're not out trying to hurt people. You know, don't get me wrong, I love boxing and I love MMA as well, but it's a different product. And TKO is coming at it as if they're MMA. You know what's funny? You ever notice that on all the Raws and SmackDowns, they always bring in the boxers and always bring in the MMA fighters to put them in the front row. This fight coming up, blah blah blah. But you never see them do that for WWE as much. They don't say, "Hey, it's WrestleMania." They don't do it like that. So they want it. They know. They say that we don't. That WWE fans are not like up what's high standard enough for them. Basically, they believe the MMA fans are like more of an elite group. They could think if they want to think. I know me as a wrestling fan, I've been doing this since I was an 8-year-old kid. And I love this business because of how it makes me feel about me and the memories I have with my family. And I think TKO, and please guys, screen record this, clip this so you guys can get it. I think TKO is disgusting for making these ticket prices as high as they are for someone like me who's a hard worker, who's a state employee, can't afford to take my daughter and my 8-year-old son to a show at once. I think it's disgusting that I have to work a side hustle to make WrestleMania money because TKO has made tickets so crazy. So I don't blame Triple H. I don't blame Nick Khan. I don't. They're businessmen, and I get it. You got to go where the money is. But to go straight to Saudi Arabia, after Saudi Arabia has Crown Jewel, they've got what else they have? They had the Greatest Royal Rumble. They have their own events there. You couldn't give this to London, who've been vying for this for years and years and have the greatest fans. You couldn't give it to them. You couldn't give it to Australia. Couldn't give it to somewhere else. You had to give it to them because they outbid people because it's all about the money. So now all the fans that are going to be there at WrestleMania are going to be 98% the Saudi Arabian people. What happens every year is that WrestleMania brings in people from over 100 countries. I know this because I meet people from Ireland, Sweden, Yugoslavia, Kazakhstan. I meet people from everybody over the course of manias I've gone to, which is quite a few. Everybody, I met people from so many different countries. You really believe that people from 100 companies are coming to Saudi Arabia? It ain't happening. So TKO basically just said, you know what? The heck, I'm not just saying American, the heck with all our fans because we're not TKO's fans. And TKO is trying to, in my opinion, take away what has worked for 42 years or 50 years. So, I'm going to catch some blowback. Tony, why you got to be careful. You're a content creator. You're trying to get sponsorship. Let me explain something to you. I'm 5 years in at this point, and I haven't got any further monetarily other than making a little money here and there. I don't care what anybody thinks anymore. I'm doing this my way because our numbers aren't what they should be anyway. We're one of the best content creators out here doing it. I can tell that as a fact. I think Kira is probably one of the best producers out here producing videos, short form videos that you see out there. And we don't get anywhere because of the way the business works, that people want to pigeonhole us and be like, oh, they're not good enough. So I want to speak my mind. You guys thought I was loose cannon before? Oh, I think it's disgusting what TKO is doing to the people, the WWE fans. And now I see why people, now I will say this. I understand the AEW fans a little more now on why they jumped and why they're so loyal to them.
Alrighty then. There that is.
we got a lot of comments on YouTube. If you guys on Instagram, if you want to jump over to YouTube and come here and comment over here, but we'll still we'll take all comments today. Julie says she doesn't care where to give WrestleMania. She'll still watch it because she loves WWE. Well, that's Julie probably doesn't go to the events. She probably just watches on TV. So
even if I were watching it on TV, I think the product is going to be affected based on the audience.
The only match that makes sense to me that would be a good match, they want Rock versus Roman.
And then they're going to try to get a remember when they went to Saudi Arabia and they had Mustafa Ali in a big match? Like every time they went to a different country, they would spotlight like their mid card person from that area. Like whenever they went to Japan, they would give Asuka a huge match. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, so they're gonna throw in their people, their people who we don't even know who they are, and give them a moment for whatever. I get it. Jeffrey says he wishes it was in UK first. I agree.
I also don't care like whether it's first or whether it's thrown into the mix. Like I believe it's going to be in the UK eventually, but I just don't want it to be in Saudi Arabia.
Michael Brown, don't have an answer to that
question. $10,000 for nosebleeds. That's my prediction. I don't even know the conversion for Saudi's currency.
This is Omar. This is Omar and Jennifer.
Okay.
Omar says, no one smart should be going there, damn it. I got a streak going too, but they're not getting me.
I mean, just fly in. Is it going to be 2 nights?
Breaking news, guys. We got breaking news. Hold on. Seriously. Where's the breaking news thing? We got breaking news. Take that down. Hold on. Let me do it again, guys, because we're gonna clip this. Give me a second, guys. We're gonna do the breaking news clip one more time because we're clipping this. Sorry. Apologies. Breaking news. We got breaking news here for you guys. It has just been announced that WWE superstar Andrade has left the WWE. Andrade has left the WWE. I'm still getting the news wire in right now. I'm just being told this is happening. Hold on. Yes, Andrade has been moved to the alumni section and that he is done. Andrade is out of the WWE. He is gone. That's a Fightful Selectors reported it. They confirmed it. Sean Ross Sapp's Twitter feed just came on my phone. Once again, Andrade gone from the WWE. Kara, how do you feel about that?
Well, we all know Andrade left AEW, came back to WWE, not the best position he was put in. He wasn't in the biggest matches. He wasn't in the greatest storylines, but they tried and they failed. So hopefully there's bigger, better things going on for Andrade unless he just completely gives up. But I like Andrade. I think he's a great wrestler. I hope nothing but good things for him in the future.
Once again, Andrade, as per Fightful Select, gone from World Wrestling Entertainment. We wish you the best on your future endeavors. Okay, back to the conversation about WrestleMania and Saudi Arabia.
I mean, there's not much else to say. All I know is I'll be tuning in to WrestleMania. I'm not sure if it's going to be 2 nights or not. It probably is. I don't know. But that is going to be a pretty penny if you go.
Your sister and my daughter, Jasmine, make a good analogy here.
Hello, Jasmine.
Even watching it, everything Saudi event that she's watched is so boring on television. And I agree. I have not been entertained by one match in Saudi Arabia. I think they're blah. I think the way it's set up is not conducive to WWE. I think the open stadium, and we've had open stadiums before. I don't think that their acoustics work well. I don't ever hear the cloud pop like we do.
So Saudi's getting 2 major PLEs.
Royal Rumble.
Two of the core 4.
So they get Royal Rumble next year,
Mm-hmm.
and they get WrestleMania the next
in 2
year after.
years. Next thing you know, they're gonna have them living out there.
I could tell you this:
doing house shows.
when they built that
experience
that
store.
experience store, I knew something was up then.
Well, I mean, I never like money is money. Everyone wants money. I understand why
money.
they're going to Saudi Arabia. I'm not mad that they're doing it for money. I am just concerned that the show itself isn't going to be good. Like, we all know they're going to have all the pyro on the biggest stage ever, and they're going to do all that jazz. I'm worried about the content, So we'll see.
Clone Force says even Triple H, HBK, Seth, and Stephanie Bianca didn't look happy. Triple H is his fault because he's not in charge. That's true. He's not. He's only the content. He's the chief content creator.
And if the TKO debt thing is real, I mean, it'll be in 2027. So that's
look.
That doesn't even matter.
The head of TKO, I forget his name, but he made a comment. He says Vince McMahon didn't. Let me find the quote. Oh. Let's find it, because he said something about Vince, that Vince targeted his prices towards family. Which, can you believe that? Can you look that up for me? Never mind. TKO says Vince. Let's see. Oh, that's good. Sorry, TKO. Sorry, guys.
I don't know what he's referring to, so I can't even speak on the
Here we go.
Topic.
So this is exactly what he said. TKO president Mark Shapiro states that Vince McMahon priced W tickets for families and wasn't maximizing profits, noting that TKO aims to replicate the higher pricing structure of the UFC to increase ticket yields and address the company's debt. Shapiro made these comments at the Goldman Sachs Communicopia.
But here's the thing. The WWE superstars were making their money. The higher ups were making their money.
They're not. That's the problem. With the TKO, if TKO is not, if the shareholders aren't making an investment on what they put in, they're going to have their head. So let's say that you bought some WWE stock for $300 a share, right? And now, a year after the acquisition, it's $302 a share. They want to see a huge profit on what they put in, and they're not getting it. So that's what it is. They have to answer the stockholders. And that was one good thing about Vince owning WWE outright. He should have left it to just his daughter and his son-in-law. Omar says, me and wife will be watching next party. Yeah, listen, the minute this thing went up, I already put up an invite for Watch Party 2027, because in the event I don't go, which right now it's probably a 1% chance I'm going, we're going to have a Tantalizing tag team watch party somewhere.
It was very nice of them to give us 2 years to save.
I mean, it is 2 years to save. That's true.
That's how I thought of it.
I mean, we do have 2 years to save. I mean, it's possible.
It's just I'm not going to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. I don't know. So many people in the chat. Wow. What's up, El Presidente? I want to get anybody else's views here. Let me see. You think if Triple H and Stephanie was in charge of the PLE, do you think it would be held in London? I think they would have got. I think London would have been a definite first place to go. Jen says, "Hello, Jen. It's all money grabbing, and how much will it take? I already invested in the service. See, now I have to buy another one for PLE. No way. Maybe stick with NXT and AEW. What?
Your phone?
Oh. Hello, Jasmine. You're live on the air. Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I just have one thing to say. I have something to you, John, but not nothing big. I just want to say that it's prostitution, basically. That's what it is. That's what it looks like. Everyone's unhappy. The women don't get to do what they want because, like, it's just stupid. And I feel like down the road, they're not going to get it until they start the talent starts saying, "Hey, I'm not going to Saudi Arabia. I'm not wrestling." CM Punk didn't even want to go there. And that's one of their biggest wrestlers. Yeah, it's just going to go downhill. And if you're only concerned about money, literally, and not morals or your talent, then that's going to happen. You're basically doing the same thing Vince was doing, just in a different way. So yeah, if they care more about money than their talent, then it's going to show, and people are going to stop watching it, and the talent is going to start quitting and going to AEW or just retire. I mean, that's what's going to happen. And yeah, I think it's unfair to everyone, and I think it's stupid. So yeah.
Well, there it is.
Good luck to them.
Good luck to them.
Because I'm not watching it.
Well, thank you, Jasmine, for your input.
Thank you. Thank you. Love you. Bye.
I knew it.
So Jasmine, my daughter, as known as in the chat, Jasmine Brooklyn. The point she made was, if the wrestlers say they're not going, so if every WWE superstar, what if Roman says, "I'm not going"?
Well, I don't think they care about Roman. If Saudi, they do, but
they want Roman Rock.
If Rock's doing anything from it, I think we all know he's doing it. He's just as
but
hungry.
But what if Punk, Seth, Roman,
all the women
Drew,
can back out and they don't even care.
Cody, what if all the women backed out? What would they do? What if all the women backed out?
I think they would still put the show on, and Saudi wouldn't even blink an eye.
I don't agree.
I think so.
I think if all the women backed out, I think WWE would be forced not to go.
They could do it, but they would be losing
everything. They would
much.
They'd risk their
never come back to New York.
They'd risk their livelihoods.
Never come back to any of these. Like, listen. I don't think that would happen because the women. I'm not going to say they're not going to stand for what they believe in, but like, they've been to Saudi before. What's another Wrestlemania? I don't know, but it depends on how affected they are by
and
this.
Will it be 2 nights?
I asked that 30 minutes ago.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're still in the first. We just got the announcement that it's going to be there. We haven't had any other information, and the internet is already in an uproar. So I can only imagine when they start announcing matches, when they start announcing events around there, how it's going to be. Like, I don't even know.
I'm legit depressed about this whole announcement.
You know what would be cool though? If WWE set up, like, if they did a partnership with like a hotel or something, and they set up watch parties in America, wouldn't that be fun? Like, you know how they had the partnership with Fontainebleau?
Mm-hmm.
If they, I don't know how many hotels that is, but like one in each state or something like that, or one in the major states, like LA, New York, Boston. I don't know what the wrestling states are, but that would be cool because they already have the COSM thing. What is that? They already have that where you get to watch there. I don't even know where that is, but yeah.
Holly says, I agree. If all of them backed out, Saudi wouldn't care.
Yeah, we're not even worried about the fans in Saudi Arabia. Sorry, guys. I'm worried about the majority.
They got booed last night in Vegas at the AAA thing when he announced it. They were like, you sold out. You sold out.
I know. Everyone in the chat was like, but listen, I just feel, I don't know. I don't even want to say I feel bad for them, but I just know they're not happy. They can't be happy. I mean, money isn't everything. It's everything to me. What
I want to hear about, I want to hear from the first person that actually, come forward and be like, nah, I'm not going. Like, who's gonna be the first
Do you think their job would be at risk if they came out to the public? If they like, let's say, I feel like CM Punk would be the one to do this. If he went on Twitter and was like, "This is disgusting behavior," da 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 da. I will not be supporting this. Da 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 da. Do you think his job would be in jeopardy? Because that's a big name. Everyone loves him. Everyone, I'm pretty sure, has that same opinion. But he would be the one to take it to the public. How do you think his?
Do I think his job would be in jeopardy?
Mm-hmm. Because that's what everyone is scared of. I feel like even though they're all thinking the same thing, they could be talking at the water cooler saying the same thing. But if they brought it to the public, that wouldn't be good for TKO. It wouldn't be good for ESPN. It wouldn't be good for Saudi Arabia. Anything.
I mean, I think one person. I don't know if he would make. I don't know. That's a tough. That's tough.
I don't think they would do it. I mean, I can see CM Punk doing it. I don't think he'd be fired. I don't know, man, but Saudi might make him fire him. I don't know. I don't know how much power.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. At some point, so I'll tell you this. CM Punk's he's one of the old guard. He's like old school. And if he stood up, I think people would back him. And if they fired him, then that shows everybody else they'll fire me too. I think the backlash would be too much. I think what needs to happen is this. And it won't happen because you got fans like me who won't boycott the product. Some people love WWE so much, like me. It's hard to be like, oh, I don't, you know. And if everybody boycotted and like, yo, we're not going to no shows, we're not doing nothing. If every fan stuck together and say, you know what, I'm not buying this PLE.
No one's ever doing that. Ever.
And
that's why racism is still a thing. Because the unity is like,
and that's the problem.
Non-existent
because
here.
what happens is, let's say if 100 people say I'm not going to watch, 5,000 people still will. So it will never be on the same page where everybody boycotts.
I will say though, I did stop watching WWE by choice, and that's just because around COVID time, like right before COVID, and it went to the what's it called?
Yeah,
Dome
that
thing.
place.
I didn't watch the product by choice because it just wasn't giving. But I got back into it, loved it. If I don't like the product, I'm not going to watch the product. I'm so sorry. I'll watch highlights obviously because we have a content channel on the whole shebang, but I'm not going to sit there for 3-4 hours and waste my day watching something that I'm going to be miserable watching. So I don't know. At the moment, I'm enjoying the product. Hopefully that doesn't change.
I think the only person who could actually have some kind of impact would be The Rock. If The Rock came out and said, as a shareholder, as a board member, nah, then they'd have a problem. But he's the Not So Uncreative says,
can you just read the last one?
What does this mean that the other right?
That's what I was.
Where's WrestleCon going to be?
That's what I was thinking when I said when they start announcing events around. Oh, good job, Jasmine. That's what I meant when I said when they start announcing, because we all know WrestleMania weekend. There's indie promotions, WrestleCon convention.
They make money.
They have shows because they all know WWE is going to be there, and they're like biting off of their audience to give them something to do in that area. But we're not. I don't even know how big of a wrestling like. Does Saudi even have indie shows?
No,
if the indies, I feel like they would.
Kira, what do you think that? Do you think that indie promotions are gonna put their ring on a plane and go through all that? Like,
no, I said, does Saudi even have indie wrestling?
What? If they do, maybe it's one. Maybe who knows? That's something we have to research. But what about WrestleCon? What about GCW?
I was about to say if they can either, because at this point you're not mooching off of the WWE fans that are going to be there for WrestleMania.
You think you call it mooching? You think?
Of course, it's not a bad thing, but they're obviously using WrestleMania fans to drive their business. They're there for WrestleMania. They need something to do. More wrestling. Come over here.
I think they're just wrestling in general. Well, I don't know.
That's why they all go to the same place WrestleMania is. What? That's exactly what they're doing.
We're live on this. This is Twitter.
We're always live on Twitter. I'll wait.
Sorry. I'm trying to share this.
Anywhoosies, if they wanted to, I think this would be a good. This could be a good thing and a bad thing for indie promotions because we all know WWE has WWE World. So if you wanted to spend your time not at WrestleMania at a WWE event, you would go to World. Nobody in America, well, very few people in America are going to be going to Saudi Arabia for WrestleMania. That means that they can use, like, it could just be like a party over here kind of thing. Like, you know, when the class next door to you is having a party and then your class isn't doing anything?
Yeah.
This is an opportunity for you to have your own makeshift party, okay? Like, look at those losers over there. Sure, they're having fun. We're going to have more fun over here. That kind of thing, you know? So they could use this. Indie promotions could use this to capitalize. I don't know, but all I know is they're going to have more people here too because no one's going to be at WWE. No, I'm not saying the Indies pro. Did it make it sound like I said the Indies were going to go to Saudi?
No, but no. But think about all the business that's generated because of WrestleMania weekend for these indie promotions and for the wrestlers. You know, like WrestleCon alone, like is going to take a hit.
I think they'll still be because WWE Hall of Famers, they go to WrestleCon because they're in the area to go to WrestleMania to go to Hall of Fame. So the talent, I don't know if they're going to want to go. I don't know. This is their problem. I'm so sorry, guys. You're going to have to figure this out. I will say, if there was something going on in the East Coast, like I know HOG is based out of
Queens, New York.
New York. So if they were doing something, I don't know if WrestleCon would want to find a place and stick to it. I know WrestleCade sticks to
What about
North Carolina, but
what about
Fanatics has
Fest?
nothing to do with WrestleMania.
What about Fanatics in general?
What do you mean? They're going to be there. I think they're going to have a world there too.
Wow. So WWE Saudi Arabia.
No, WWE World.
in Saudi Arabia.
It's just World.
In Saudi Arabia.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I would definitely go to indie shows or there's no indie shows in Delaware, but I would go to conventions and whatnot.
There are indie shows in Delaware. One CW.
No, I mean like you know what I'm trying to say.
Right. And what Omar says, the companies would have to talk it out and pick a city. Like, where do you do this now?
Are they going to come? This would be so cool if they came together and picked a city. Because I was thinking they're going to go their own way, picking their in their base state. But that would be cool if they picked. Guys, pick a city on the East Coast.
Well, wherever WrestleCon picks is where it should be.
On the East Coast, guys. Get to thinking.
Come to Delaware.
Oh, Delaware sucks.
Delaware is cheaper. You think there's places you can go.
But Delaware sucks.
That's true. Delaware does suck.
So maybe like a Philly.
Or Delaware.
Or a New York. Or Maryland.
Or Delaware.
Or I don't know. Just figure something out, guys.
Delaware.
Please. East Coast. East Coast.
There's some nice hotels in Delaware. And there's venues. You do it right there at the waterfront. That's where the Chase Center is. Yeah. Those hotels right there, all the food places. There we go. That's the place.
They're not coming to Delaware.
Guess not. Look, bottom line is this. Is that I don't agree with this whole situation. No one called me and asked me if I wanted this to happen.
I agree with it.
What? Terrible person.
I would love to hear what the superstars like to say. Like, you know, Buddy Matthews goes live. I would like to see Rhea on Buddy's live talking about it. I would like to see Michin, she goes live. I would like to hear her talk about just a little something, just a little thought, just something that's running in your guys' head. Because there's no way you guys could be happy about this. I know you're getting paid the big bucks. You got to be paying the big bucks, but
I wonder what the deal is. It's got to be at least $100 million.
And also, we know that WWE has been in talks with Saudi Arabia to do a WrestleMania for a while now. So maybe it took them so long because they were trying to compromise on making the American fans happy in some way. I don't know.
In what way are they making us happy?
In the content. In the content. Because they know that American fans don't really like Saudi shows. They're like, okay, you can have your big guys, but we got to put our guys on there. I don't know. They had to have come to some kind of, because they were in talks for a while. I don't know what was taking them so long.
I'll tell you this. I don't think anybody's happy. I don't, in my opinion,
That's my opinion.
the people making their money, they're ecstatic. They're on cloud nine. But the little guy like me, worst announcement ever.
Even if you did have money, I don't even think I would want to go to Saudi.
If I had the money to go to Saudi, I'd be honest with you. It'd be a 50-50. Because even if I had the money to go and it wouldn't affect my bills at all, if I could go there, if someone would pay my way, pay my hotel, pay my airfare, I'm still 50-50.
I'm like 90-10.
What, if somebody paid for you?
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
It's a scary place, man. They don't have the best. And I don't even. Obviously, every place has its bad side and its good side, but I've heard no good. Nothing good. So, I don't know.
This was a very downtrodden broadcast.
No, it wasn't.
With
that being said,
I think so.
I've got some fries to munch on. I've got some Chick-fil-A sauce to eat.
That she made herself.
And it's really darn good.
Goodbye.
Any last words before we wrap the show up?
Yeah, I'm disappointed. I'm going to close it out by saying that, I think wrestling, WWE as we know it, is officially done. And I made this prediction years ago when they were going to make the sale that everything would change and be happy for what we had. Because thank goodness Vince didn't sell it to the Saudis. Whew. Could you imagine that? Anyway. Oh. Tony, this country is going crazy and W's lost their minds. W sold their soul. Yeah, they did, bro. They did. $50-50. If I knew
I would come back alive.
And Omar makes another good point. You said it too. Safety. People are saying, am I going to be safe there? If you're asking yourself, if the fans that watch this product, that love this product, are asking themselves, am I going to be safe? Why would you do that? Why would you bring the biggest event that you have to them? You know what's going to be a great foreshadowing? The Royal Rumble next year. Let's see how many American fans go to the Rumble.
No one's going to Rumble.
We'll see.
If they were going to go to Saudi, they'd go to WrestleMania in Saudi.
Bottom line is this, guys. I'm disappointed. I have to figure this out. I think that my WrestleMania streak is coming to an end. So as of 2027, I'll be The Undertaker. And Saudi Arabia will be Brock Lesnar. Anyway, we're going to talk about this a lot in later dates. We're going to have some actual early predictions on who the matches will be. Because I can guarantee you they're going to try to line up every old timer. They're going to probably try to dig up people out of the grave. So, most depressing seeing Tony in the stream. Yeah, man, it's saddening because it's like the greatest thing about WrestleMania is that interaction with all the people, the fans, the people you see. You know, Omar will tell you. I saw Omar for 20 minutes at AEW. It's great to see the guy. Great to see him and his wife. You get to bump into people who you haven't seen and you get to talk wrestling. Who are you going to bump into in Saudi Arabia? I don't know.
And with that being said, we're going to go. Thank you guys for coming to the show. WrestleMania.
We're definitely not going to WrestleMania, that's for sure.
WrestleMania 43 is confirmed to be in Saudi Arabia, Riyadh, I believe. Maybe, is it?
It's Riyadh.
So, yeah. Stay tuned for all the information that's coming out. In other news, we are on the road to WrestlePalooza next week. Is it next week or in 2 weeks?
It's next 2 weeks. It's next week. Next Saturday, the 20th. Today's the 13th.
Days. Guys, Wrestlepalooza, I checked tickets and all that jazz. TBD, guys. I don't think we're going, but there'll be a show nevertheless.
We're not going to where? Wrestlepalooza?
Yeah.
We'll know as of Thursday if we're going. Because the plan is to drive.
Oh, no. No. I have work. Thank you. But yeah. Thank you guys for coming to the show. If you guys are new, hope you guys stayed, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're on the road to 100K. We're on the road to Wrestlepalooza. Make sure you guys hug your families, kiss your families, tell them you love and pray to God every day because you're not promised tomorrow. And as always, do we all do best? And that's